Up, everybody? Welcome to Sketch Day Live. We're just gonna jump right into it. I do have a hard stop today, so it's been a busy few days working on educational things, creative things, you name it, whatnot. Anyhow, hope you're well on this Thursday. Was it December 3rd, I think? Something like that. Hope you're doing well. Like we've been doing the last couple of days, I don't know exactly what I want to draw. So if you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment in the chat. Let's make sure we're on overhead. Hello, JJ. What's up? Ricardo. Big Bass Fishing. Welcome back. I know it's a little bit later than usual. Usually I stream in the morning, but this week and I think next week are going to be really busy. I guess busy is better than the alternative. So let's get into focus. Boom. Yeah, I got this new lens. I don't know if I love it. I might actually return it or something. It's supposed to be all fancy, but it is not. If you do want to catch more of the frame or scene, you'll want to hit up YouTube. By the way, oh my goodness. Woo! You'll want to hit up YouTube. All right, let's go. So I've been kind of keeping it cyberpunkish. I guess I could do a spinner style vehicle from Blade Runner. That would be fun. But since it was Cyber Monday, Cyber Week, kind of been doing some cyberish things. So hit me up. Maybe it's Sci-Fi Week. Just by default. I do quite enjoy that. Warm me up with some straight lines here. What's up, Stephania? Thanks for joining. Hello. I think this might just be a very chill, quiet stream. I don't see a ton of people tuning in just yet, but it's all good. It is all good. Let's do some circles. You know the drill. Lines, circles, ellipses. All the good stuff. Ah, shoot, I forgot to upload my weekly update video to Patreon. So I'll do that afterwards. I will do that after. Hello, Zunita. Thanks for joining. Latrice, what's up? What's up? Cyberpunkish Lambo. Maybe I'll do a spinner from Blade Runner. I don't know if you guys have seen Blade Runner at all. It's a great movie. At least I enjoy it. Although I will say I did prefer Blade Runner 2048. Is that the correct year? To the original, but you guys can be mad at me if you're fans of the original. I'll take the heat. Take the flak. You know I can withstand an attack. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop with the alliteration and rhyming. I am going to keep it paper and pen today again. It's just what I'm set up for right now. And it's a lot faster for me. It's a lot faster, so since I don't have a ton of time. We'll just roll with it. So yeah, someone requested a Cyberpunk motorcycle. We've got some sort of Lamborghini Cyberpunk thing, but what if we did like a Lamborghini but a spinner version of it? Do you know what the spinners are? They're those flying cars from Blade Runner. Pretty simple looking. I'm just looking at the design here, and then I could combine that with Maybe a Lamborghini look of some sort. Maybe do 2 views. Yeah, I think we can do that. Keep it kind of angular or something. So let's see what we got, what we can do here. I do want to use marker paper. Don't want to make that mistake. I was explaining magnets to my kid because he was like, how do magnets work? So I did this whole visual thing. That's what that is. All right. If you can draw, it makes explaining some things in life so much easier to kids, actually. So much easier. All right. So let's do some sort of spinner Lamborghini. I mean, it would be nice to do 2 views, but I'm kind of thinking, because they do have, you know, the wheels up front. But maybe we could have it be inspired somewhat. You know, maybe something like this. I don't know where the lights are on these spinners. I'll have to kind of check here. Maybe that's a point. They're very angular. Who knows if the design language is going to be the same in the future? You know, 20 years from now, but some sort of Blade Runner-esque thing here. Maybe do a side view. Maybe a couple thumbnails. So for the cab section here, I'm thinking maybe a shape like this or something. It's very angular. And what's interesting about these is there is no midsection. You just kind of got the wheels here that are somewhat obscured and covered. So that's where I think you might end up with something like that, and then we could get that nice intake on the side or something. Just as a gesture there, maybe something like that. Maybe this actually goes back a bit. By this I mean the roof element could even have a mirroring of the shape. As we go down here, I'm just gonna shade in real quick with some pen. Create some shadow. Okay, so then the wheels, do we expose the wheels? I'm not quite sure. How do these go? Yeah, the wheels look like they're exposed a little bit or maybe shrouded slightly. Maybe slightly shrouded, something like that. Keep this as our rough sketch. I'll do the more final one over here. And then this would kind of go back, right? So maybe something like this. Spot for reflection. So yeah, apologies channel members, I did not do my weekly update. Give you the sauce, the juice, what's happening, so I'll be sure to update that after. Yeah, this really needs to be open because I do have it kind of open, right? But I do like that roof shape feels somewhat Lambo. Crazy Lambo. Maybe this could be extended out too. Now, if this were a real design exercise, I probably would spend a bit more time, of course. What if we did some crazy headlight? I'd spend a bit more time exploring here and resolving things, making them work and whatnot. But I do want there to be a bit of a point to the wheels, so I'll have to figure that out. I was kind of off screen there. Sorry. I'll have to figure that out as I work here. Well, I don't know about that, Ricardo. We'll see. Maybe someone's watching from Blade Runner 2099 if they do a sequel, and they'll be like, "Hey, let's have this guy do it. Let's have him do a concept vehicle, at least some rough sketches or something." Maybe. If you're watching on Instagram, thanks for tuning in, by the way. I never get more than like 10 people, but appreciate you hanging out. Full show. We are doing, I guess you could say, cyberpunk-ish stuff today. Just doing some thumbnails here. And then I think right here I'll do... Now let's do some more thumbnails. Let's keep it... Let's do some more thumbnails and I'll do final sketch. How about that? So center line there. Then maybe I could do another design here. So I'm gonna kind of from this center line now, try and just sketch this from another vantage point. Just nice and loose. Okay, so the side, I have this, see, I kind of missed that in this sketch. So I have this coming to a point here. Maybe we'll get the light or some sort of light in. Who knows what the lights will look like in the future? No one knows. I also feel like it should be a little bit longer, but you know, maybe something like this here. Thanks, Zunita. Solid fan. I hope you're enjoying your sketch. Appreciate the support. All right, so maybe freehand that a little bit, and then I do want to, like I said, capture this little intake on the side, so make sure I get this one on the front. So let's draw this line first, and then now I can come down, back, like so, up. And I'm cheating a little bit because I'm kind of out of paper here. Maybe this could come in. So hopefully you can kind of see the process here of sometimes you just run into interesting things where I didn't really quite define what was happening on the side, but maybe this comes in, right? And it's actually a part of the front. Who knows? It's something we can kind of decide when we get into our final sketch. I may do a cyberpunk motorcycle as well, so hang tight. Just depends on time here and how quickly I can move, but these are just kind of my thumbnails in preparation to do the final thing. So trying to do a Lamborghini inspired Blade Runner style spinner. All right, so let's look at these cabs. I want to make sure I kind of capture the vibe here. Even in this thumbnail. Yeah, see, I'm kind of digging that side now. And then this, or did I get that wrong? Yeah, I think I got that wrong, but oh well. So that line shouldn't be there. But I think I'm gonna cut up like so, and then that way I can show, you know, if this axis is here, I can show a little bit of that wheel kind of coming through. I've been really into hatching lately because I'm working on this pen and ink guide for you guys, so it's not something I typically do here on the stream, but yeah, I'm not sure about these headlights either, but this I'm digging. This is where I think I'm gonna head with the final sketch. Maybe we'll do a back view, like a long back view here, so we kind of get a sense for what's happening. Trying to remember how this goes. Okay, so like so. I'm trying to draw this but backwards, hence my moment of confusion there. But yeah, this gives me a chance to kind of design the back and be like, okay, what's actually happening in the rear of the vehicle? What's actually happening? Maybe this line shoots up a bit more. But I'm definitely going to extend these out. All right, hopefully this kind of planning thinking sketch is helpful for you to kind of see the background information here, hopefully. You still want a claptrap, Zenita? Hit me up, man. On the gram. And I don't know why, but I'm going to try and make these triangle headlight things work. Or maybe it's some sort of triangle motif on the back here. But I kind of want this to work somehow. And don't worry, we'll add some marker to help this out, maybe some airbrush, something like that. But just thinking about those details and how that might work. All right, so if I'm sketching from this view from the back, I've got to think about, okay, how do I rotate this? What's up, Rodrigo? Camping out on the Instagram. I see you. I see you. Or do the lights go here? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. We're doing some Blade Runner stuff. How do I fit everything in the same page? I mean, it's not fitting. I'm just kind of thumbnailing and planning things out right now. All right, just keeping it rough. Okay, so on the front we had this line. Also, I had this diving down and then coming up. So there's likely going to be some surface transition that I totally missed here. And again, this is why I wanted to sketch it from different views, you know, and even in this one I have this like slice. Does that look good there? Probably not. Maybe just a little bit lower. All right, so we have some of the wheels showing. All right, so these are things you kind of learn, I guess, when you're able to rotate your design, and why it's important to draw things from different points of view. All right, maybe there's some surfaces to be resolved on the back side here, so maybe there's another one that drops down. I should mention, by the way, for those who did check out my Adobe Max session on Adobe Fresco and you're like, yo, you talked about some workbook, where is it? I got a few messages from people who couldn't find the workbook. Basically what happened, as far as I know, is there was an issue with the platform they were using, and so a lot of workbooks actually got deleted. So fear not, hang tight. I gotta decide if I want to do that little pinch trick, but fear not, hang tight. There might be like too much sauce on the side of this vehicle is what I'm saying, but let's see. We can always change it in it. They're working to fix the problem. Okay, so hang tight. All right, so maybe something like that, and then the back here, you know, I kind of want to extend that out. Maybe there's some sort of return under here, you know. Could do something like that. So yeah, maybe the triangles on the back in this case. I don't even know what Lamborghini taillights look like. Again, this is way in the future, so we can do whatever we want, right? Oh yeah, they do have triangles. So they have triangles, looks like. Okay, intake's all right. Probably would need some sort of trim piece here. So we're gonna do a Lambo spinner. So if you watch Blade Runner, this is a futuristic version of a Lamborghini. And then I'm gonna try and do a quick Cyberpunk bike. I guess that's some incentive for getting here early and staying, is you get to request something, and then if you stay long enough, you'll see it done, right? So just roughing things out. When in doubt, rough it out. Then when you're ready, do your final sketch. If it's your first time, welcome. Welcome to the party. Hello. Make yourself at home. Grab a beverage if you like. You know, all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm digging this view. So I think now that we've done our thumbnail, so just call this rough it out. All right, so that's step one. Now I'm gonna rough it out again and pick a view. So if you were doing a scene, right, you'd want to think about, just like I talked a little bit about yesterday, think about your perspective. I do stream most days. Maybe light the album like the new Mercedes. That would be cool. What's up, Luca? Have I decided what present Santa should bring under my tree? I don't get presents. I'm a single dad. So we are the forgotten. I'll put it that way. So yeah, I never expect gifts or presents or anything like that. But for my kids, yeah, I'm gonna get them a few things. I'm not gonna say it here just in case they're watching. Sometimes they watch the stream in another room. All right. So what perspective should we do? That is the question. I feel like the Back to the Future car was kind of this top-down perspective too. Maybe I'll do it this way. So let's get a nice center line in. Maybe there for the cab. All right, we kind of had this going back like so. And maybe meeting in the middle like so, going back to a point. All right, don't want to forget that surface return here. Let's modify that point. And toward the back here now, on our housing, we had a little intake. Let's make that feel more sinister, more deliberate. And I'm gonna add some trim to that point. Okay, so then this kind of dove down to the front. At which point we have a line like so, back like so. Then I had this surface in here, kind of rounded back up to a point. Nice hard line there. Bring that back. Because I didn't really think about how to resolve this, but it's all right. I think this will work. Something like that. And we're gonna have a wheel in here, and we want to show part of the wheel. It's kind of the spinner vibe. All right, so if this surface wraps this way, I'm gonna probably have another one coming in like so. Get that to a point, to a point. So perspective wise, I'm trying to make sure, right, these points all appear to kind of converge. All right, as we wrap this out. All right, so how much of the wheel do I show in the front? I could do some sort of vertical split here. Maybe. I'll just run with it. We'll just run with it. And the lights, I think I'll just put the lights right under this crease line. Maybe something like that. It's a little bit off, but whatevs. All right, so that runs back, and then I'll just wrap this back here. So now it fits a little bit better on the page. And I kind of had this triangle thing going on. Almost like those old school, you know, mid-engine or muscle type things. So I'll bring that in here. Do spinners have mirrors? Does anyone know? All you Blade Runner fans? Or am I the only one? All right. Thank you, Mecha. It's just on a random thing right now. All right, let's get the expensive markers out. Let's do this right today. I guess if it were a Lambo spinner, it would either be yellow or red, right? Be like yellow or red or something like that. I'm tempted to kind of mock in like a city below, but I may just save that for, let's show a little bit of wheel in the front. I may just save that for digital, like scan this in and then put like a city below it. And then just for reference here, let's do a nice side view. All right. So you can kind of see, you know, in terms of design here, trying to like make some things line up and feel relational to each other, but also allowing for some things to have their own like direction and presence. So maybe the surface dives back. There's a bit of a shadow here on this intake, for example. Right, a little shadow cast here as well. But this line, right, being consistent with what's happening is kind of interesting. So that's where I think, you know, I sometimes get questions about how do you design or make things feel right. And it actually reminds me a bit of the Chrysler Crossfire now that I think about it. But just take an opportunity to find those connections and see if you can make it work. And you'll figure it out. You will figure it out. All right, so maybe that's the side view, something like that. Maybe something like that. Could a 3D printed miniature model be made? Yes, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Okay, vote time. Red or yellow? What are we gonna do? We're gonna do reds, or we're gonna do the yellows today. What's it gonna be? Let me know. Red or yellow? I'll get them ready. No pun intended. No pun intended. Thank you, Zanita. No worries on the presents. I mean, you kind of get used to not getting anything after a while, and it is what it is. All right, red or yellow? I mean, I'll do some gray in here for sure. We'll do the ink bling. We'll do some. Okay, so this is the Lamborghini spinner is what we're doing. So if you've seen Blade Runner the movie, it's the futuristic floating car version of you know, what we have today. So this thing could theoretically take off and fly. All right, so I'm curious. That's actually a cool spot for a taillight right there. So I'm just gonna cheat that in, and maybe that lines up. So yeah, you find all these interesting combinations, right, when you just kind of experiment and maybe bring some of these lines forward like so. All right, let's see. Red and yellow. Red and yellow is gonna make it look like. It's gonna make it look like what do you call it? McDonald's mobile. I gotta pick one. All right, yellow, yellow, yellow. All right. Yellow is really hard to do, but let's do it. Exactly. It's what do they call those? Snot or no, vomit comet or whatever. All right, so we're doing yellow. So I'm gonna try and think of, you know, which surface is facing upward. Something's curved, leaving a little room there. Some sort of highlight. So if I do this digitally, yeah, okay. I was like, did I mess up the color? If I do this digitally, at least the city portion, then I can do like some reflected lights in the design and so forth. But the inside here, I want to keep gray. The top here yellow as well. And this is just to kind of set up. It's not, you know, the final thing. Just picking red top, yellow bottom. It sounds like the lines to some hip hop song we haven't heard yet. Red top, yellow bottom. Let me see that. This is why I don't produce music, by the way. At least anything worth repeating. It's okay, you can say I'm banned from doing anything. That's totally what it sounds like. Some like future club hit. Red top, yellow bottom. Like, yo, have you heard that new Flow Rida? Red top, yellow bottom? You'd be like, no, man, I haven't heard that yet. Oh, man. Hello, Dak Prescott Gaming. What's up? It's a sketch day. We're just drawing, kind of messing around a bit. So yellow, sorry, is a really hard color to render because when it comes to getting those deep, dark tones, you kind of have to go almost brown. You got to go a little bit brown with it, so see how we do. And, you know, think about your light and what's happening. So right here on the top, I'm actually going to go nice and rich with the color. And that's going to be kind of my core shadow as a part of the whole thing here. All right, so I'll work that in. Keep this side a little bit light. Kind of go dark. Keep building it up. And then I think I'm trying to decide if I want to go like yellow here on the top and then gray on the inside. Still trying to decide. That's why I haven't committed to that portion yet. Red top, yellow bottom. Is that a person that rides fluoride? I think so. I think that's what his name means. That should be a hit indeed. Let's get writing. It could be a Patreon exclusive hit. Red top, yellow bottom, featuring DJ Art and Zunita on the vocals with the hook. You know I got that red top, yellow bottom. All right, I'm gonna stop fooling around. Let's go. All right, so here's a neutral gray. All right, so we'll just start working this on the side. So I want to kind of do this pinched surface here, almost like you took, you know, something and just like impacted the surface, causing these reflections. I really do need to hustle because, like I said, I have well, actually, no, I've got another 45 minutes. I thought I had like 15 minutes or so. I'm good. We good. We aight. So I'm using a neutral gray here. Just block in these areas that I do want to be gray. On the inside here. I think these spinners usually have like some sort of, what do you call it? Cables and stuff on the inside, or maybe something looking technical. It's always hard to see the inside of this stuff. Okay. All right, now I can see, at least it's a toy. I can reference a little bit. All right, so let's do some sort of maybe panel that is fitting of our Lambo. Maybe it's something like this. So I can go heavy on the shade here. Change direction. Maybe go a little heavier above. All right, so we got that nice contrast now. Surface pops out a little bit. Maybe lines up with top of our wheel well here. Something like that. I guess I got that little spot to figure out too. I don't know why I'm putting gray here, because this is gonna get dark real quick. And I'm not quite sure cockpit wise if there's even anything. Maybe this could be like a window, actually. Some piece of glass right here, right in this section. Could be some piece of glass or something. That would be cool. This is a fun, I mean, unofficial request. I wanted to make it Blade Runner, so hopefully, hopefully that's okay. Fellow kids. I was in the Patreon channel. I'll just give you a little inside baseball here. I was talking about something and someone was like, yeah, well, if you stream on that platform, you're gonna have to learn the lingo. And then there was this meme they posted. How do you do, fellow kids? I was like, yep, that's me. I'm the old guy that'll just come in and be like, yo, what's up? Actually, let's not use a plain gray here. I'm gonna try and use some blue. So I've got this slate. I love these are some of my favorite colors. The slate BV2925, because it's like a really deep blue, but not quite too blue. It just has a nice feel to it. Let's see, do I have another one? Maybe not. Maybe I need to go to the marker store again. Ah, there it is. BV23. Well, shoot. Don't turn your marker container upside down. That was mildly embarrassing. But I do plenty of embarrassing things here all the time, so it's all good. I swear I can use my hands. I swear. I don't know, maybe that'll make you feel better, knowing that I make mistakes too. And it's all good. Alright, so BV23, 25. It just turned into a disaster zone on the floor. I won't even say what happened, but let's just say it's not pretty right now. But I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna breathe in. We're gonna breathe in deep. All right, we're just gonna go for it. So yeah, this gives a nice purple kind of tone here. So if I want to do some sort of cockpit thing, and this side of the spinner, right here, is what I would consider to be the light side. So again, continuing this core shadow or reflection, I'm just going to shade this in right here. Maybe skip a line. Shade in a little bit. Definitely get the rest of this in shadow. Right, but just building up these values. So there's at least a reason or rhyme to these shapes on the front. So that was BV23, so now I'm gonna jump to 25. I'm scared to look at the chat and see what you guys are saying. What am I drawing, Dak? I'm drawing a Lamborghini style spinner. Mecha art, that would be insane. What if you heard I'm blue every time you pull out a blue marker? I'm blue, double D, double die. You guys remember that song? Or are you too young for that? Now listen up, here's the story.
Earlier this year in a small New York City bar.
There was that song and there was Crazy Frog. Do you remember Crazy Frog? Or are you too young for that too? But yeah, if you've ever seen the movie Blade Runner, we're doing a vehicle in kind of that style. Just imagining a bit of the future. Potential future, alternate future, a future. We'll throw some white in here at some point too. I'm trying to decide if I want to. Yeah, let's do it. Yes. Hello, Vegeta. What's up? Let's see. So now I'm gonna kind of work on this section, work on some shadows, some details, maybe put a shadow on the ground, and then I'll do a quick cyberpunk style car, I guess. I'm gonna need to grab some finer pens as well. Yeah, Crazy Frog is insane, Svetlana. And then the other ones that come to mind are Barbie Girl. I'm a Barbie girl. I'll spare you. I'll spare you that one. You can hate me later for the airworms. And I don't mean some sort of infestation, literally. Marker's feeling dry. That's alright. I might be able to use that to my advantage here. It's weird too. It's like just dry on the very tip of the marker. And right under here now, I want to make sure there's some good, healthy shadow. So now that'll show up better. Put some shadow under here. So I'm using art markers for those who are joining and you've never seen me before. These are Copic markers. They're a popular marker with illustrators. Thank you, Beadrons, for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you guys realize that. I mean, I definitely appreciate you hanging out. That means a lot too, but I know some of you have donated in the past in large and small measure, and it all certainly helps. It's not why I do it. I mean, like, literally, if that were why I did it, for the money, like, none of this would make sense. Because, yeah, think about it. I do it because I love it. I made some really great friends here, and I hope to, you know, always be connected and see your creations, your things, no matter what. Yeah, I'm trying to decide. Actually, maybe the wheel goes under the light or something crazy like that. Could do something crazy like that. A bit of shadow there. It says N6. I want to use a neutral 4. Where art thou, neutral 4? The title of my tape? I forgot. What should the title of my tape be? Remind me. Thank you, Vegeta. All right, I do need to work on the yellow a little bit, so let's do that. How about we do that, guys? What does this yellow 26 look? That works. Kind of. But you can see this one's like a little bit brown almost in the color of the tip. So I'll use this, and then I'll use the yellow 27 as well. These are El Padilla is asking on the YouTube here, what kind of markers am I using? I'm using Copic markers. If you want help on your marker skills, I do have a marker guide available. You guys can check out. Also a good way to support, because then at least you get something tangible. But I'm using Copic markers. So that marker guide is something I put together to kind of help help those who want to kind of level up in the marker game, marker skills. There's 2 quick tutorials in there. Bit of info on how to buy your markers. If you're gonna do that. A little bit on how to use your markers. It's like you buy them, so what now? What do I do? That'd be a pretty good Christmas gift, actually. It's not available in print, but you could buy it and print it out for someone. So if you have someone in your life who really is into that marker thing, just pick it up, be like, here, I love you so much. I got you a PDF. Oh, goodness. I mean, Ohuhu is fine. I use Ohuhu markers as well. But I've just found that Copic markers have a better just a better feel to them. I don't really know of a better way to describe that. Let's touch up our ink a little bit here. I was looking for another pen, but I'm gonna kind of work on the outline a little bit here. How am I on time? I'm good. We got about 20 minutes. All right, so a little bit of trim there. Like so. Maybe that actually connects to some sort of door opening. That could be cool. And then the other door could go like across, but I don't want to draw it in because it might get a little distracting. So after the stream, my son wanted me to draw his favorite Roblox character. Some dude that's made of French fries or something. So that's what I'll be doing. mean, not right after the stream. I have a meeting right after the stream that I have to do. So I gotta take care of that. All right. I don't even know what does the Lamborghini logo look like. I don't even know. Probably disrespecting every Lamborghini fan out there right now. Like, how dare you not know what our logo looks like? You poser? Yeah, see? Forgot what I was saying to my son today, but he was like, Dad, are you in the 40s or something? Because I was using one of those fake New York mobster accents just to mess with him. All right, so now I just want to push the contrast a little bit more. Let's see if I can find. Sometimes these browns work pretty well. This one's called Light Camel, not camo, camel, like camel hair. Light Camel. E55. Oh yeah. Have you ever experienced the Light Camel? Sorry, I'm in a silly mood today. Unless that's desirable, then we can do silly every day. Every day I'm silly now. Red on top, yellow on bottom. That's the next summer hit, everyone. Red on top, yellow on bottom. Everybody move like you're gonna have a problem. Alright. 55. Can use this 35. It's a little bit intense, but you can kind of see how I have to shift to the browns to really get like what I would consider to be a deep yellow here. Alright, Andrea, take care. You can catch the rest of the stream on replay. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. El Padilla says sketch. Do I come every Thursday and sketch? I sketch every day. So this week I've streamed a bit later than usual because my mornings have been absolutely packed. So Monday and Tuesday I was streaming for Adobe. And usually when I do that I'm like wiped out for a bit. So I have to kind of just reset. Jamie says, I always draw anime, but I'm trying to draw real people. I am too. Did I leave that book upstairs? I think I did. My desk is such a mess right now. It's a good thing the camera's cropped. Otherwise, you'd be like, yo, dude, you have a problem. You have a real problem. So, a bit of clever framing here. You think I'm in this magically pristine space, but there is stuff everywhere right now. It's like someone ate a bunch of art supplies and then like threw them up. Blah. So for the sketch on top, I'm just gonna do the usual hit of gray. I guess I have neutral too. That's interesting. So I'll just do some light gray here, just to get some surface definition real quick. Maybe bump that up with the neutral 4. So yeah, maybe just something like that. Just to say, here's the main feature. right? So it kind of reads a little bit better. And then just some line weight there. So I could take this sketch and like Photoshop it on top of like a city scene or something, or I could even sketch that in, but I'm gonna leave it for now as is. We'll sign it. If you're an ultimate fan or higher, you could have this sketch if you're a channel member. So if you want to do that, hit me up, or if you want it after the stream, you can hit me up too. We'll talk. But of course all patrons will have access to the scan. Hey, Svetlana and Art, I forgot to mention I am still working on figuring out the mailing. Okay, so it's all packaged up. I just have to basically take it in and figure out how much it is. So I'll let you know. All right, so there is our sketch from, sorry, rough thumbnails, right? Just real quick, rough thumbnails here. If you wanted to add some depth to these, you could as well. Maybe just to identify surfaces or whatnot, right? But just rough sketch, right? Figuring out some stuff, and then the final sketch here with some marker. And of course, you can always clean that up with just a quick scan into Photoshop or something. So yeah, maybe that's a Blade Runner-esque Lamborghini spinner. All right, so the other request I got was for a Cyberpunk bike of some sort. Cyberpunk bike. So let's see what we can do. Maybe I'll do a Cyberpunk scooter. Does someone have to be on the scooter or the bike? Also a question, but I'm gonna do this one kind of quick. So let's see. 5, 4. Yeah, I gotta do this in like 15 minutes or so. So this will be gray marker on paper. All right. And do we? Yeah, let's just do it. The bike coming towards us or something. Headlight, handle, maybe some sort of helmet. Get some fingers in here. You can always. The nice thing about gray marker is we can fix things, modify, pull patterns out if we need to. This hand feels a little bit out of place, so I'm going to move this back a little bit. Maybe just anticipate some sort of thingy here. Let's see. All right. Forks. I'm going to have to move the wheel down. So just roughing in these shapes, and then we'll figure out what's happening as we go. Let's see, and then legs, sitting back like so. Or could have the leg going. Yeah, leg needs to come forward, actually. And then if it is some sort of cyberpunk bike, maybe we do that, you know, that kind of bike that has a little side things on it, maybe. And then I'll create some more clarity on the wheels themselves. I guess his leg could be out. It's also another thing. We want to show more of the bike, so it just depends on what we want to do. Not too worried. And in the background here, I'm going to use that to kind of indicate the light right here. Yeah, I think I'll do it with Dude Bro here, just kind of chilling. Just kind of chilling, waiting. Maybe there's some, and that just gives me a little bit of space to like do some stuff in here. Or maybe some elements or whatever. It's got a helmet. Maybe his helmet has some sort of wire coming off of it. Maybe some sort of sensor. Or it could be a camera on the top. Right, definitely some sort of Road Warrior backpack, perhaps. We can move the headlight down if we want. Still get the same effect. Like so super rough sketch. 4 minutes in. Ah, whew. Yeah, I'll figure it out, Svetlana. No worries. I just haven't gone in yet and experienced the pain. The post office is not a fun place to be. So I typically avoid it. Alright, what pen to ink with? What shall we use? Many options here. Should I do a brush pen? Okay, brush 1, 2, 3. And then I want to use maybe this other brush. Yeah, I'll use that one. Okay. That should be good. That should work. So now I can kind of come in. We can do some ink. This is not my best ellipse in the world. In fact, it's off center, so I'm gonna modify this. Let me act like I care. So because you do all the work with the marker below, this process tends to be a little bit easier. It's almost like using pencil, you could say. I guess it's starting to feel more Mad Max than Cyberpunk per se, but it's all good. A little bit cramped here, so I'm trying to cheat just a little bit on some of what's happening. All right, but let's see what we can muster. Can you guys even hear the background music? I wonder if you can. Maybe I'll up it just a little bit. Yeah, ink is hard, but it's doable. I mean, I'll just give him some baggy pants with a cinched bottom. It's just a little bit easier proposition here. Let's see, and then let's get our, maybe do like a little cage of some sort for our bike. Maybe some sort of HUD or flip up display or something attached to the top here. But yeah, with more time, you know, I'd probably figure this out a little bit better. But I'm with you. I forgot who said it on practicing figures. It's like, yeah, you definitely kind of have to keep it up if you're gonna do that. Do some sort of figure type stuff. Alright, so I'll just do just enough detail here to not make this feel too weird because of time. The wheel's too big. The wheel is definitely too big, but that's alright. I'm sure someone will comment, that wheel is too big. And then I'll just go, oh really? All right, now I had this light, so I want to make sure we do our little background thing here. If I had time, I would hatch out the whole background, like do it in cross hatching instead of blocking this out. Actually, the two lines are kind of nice. Let's get some hatching in anyways. I told my class this that I taught, or teach rather, today, but there's an artist online that for some time I've been following and just been like, oh wow, she's really good. And anyhow, we were having a conversation. We finally like connected and stuff, and then we're having a conversation, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're so good. And I'm like, what? I thought like you're amazing. Anyhow, the whole point of me saying that is imposter syndrome is real. Sometimes how we perceive ourselves is not how others perceive us. So just believe in yourself, keep pushing, keep creating, keep drawing, keep doing the thing you do. Alright. Passion is the process. I always say that. And I mean it. It's not just a saying. Get you pretty far in life, you know. You're passionate about what you do. Alright, so I'm just going to take this big fat marker now. Just kind of get this background in. Maybe it's too much. I probably need some more line weight to kind of have this sketch hold up, but yeah, you can kind of see the effect there now of that light. And yeah, I'll just use the black marker to move a little quickly here. Some of the ink spots, maybe on this bike as well. This tip is ridiculously huge. So it might look weird, but we'll roll with it. So just to kind of soften these now, I'll kind of hatch along the edge. Like so, like so. Maybe get the kneecap in here. Inside the leg, outside. Kind of moving quick because of time. Of note, by the way, and I do talk about this in my pen and ink guide that I'm working on, not all black inks are the same. So don't just assume that, hey, if I pick up this black pen or this thing, it's gonna look the same. Not so, as it turns out. Every ink, brand, whatever will have a different appearance to it. So if you're hoping to get like black inks that work together, my recommendation would be to stay with the same brand, if possible. But if not, and if you don't matter, if you're gonna scan it in and make changes anyhow, it's probably not that big of a deal. But they are different. Alright, how am I on time? Yeah, I gotta run. So I'll wrap up here. All right, fellow kids, it's been fun. Remember, red on top, yellow on bottom. Don't move slow or we're gonna have a problem. I'm telling you, man, that's the next summer hit. So best capitalize on that before someone else does. Zunita. I'll give you track credits if you're still watching, or songwriting credits, at least for the name. Goku and Ultra Instinct. That would be an interesting challenge. I actually quite enjoyed Dragon Ball Super. I'd probably do it like digital if I were doing some sketch like that, because yeah, you can kind of fool around for a bit, figure things out, so forth. I'm not the happiest with this, by the way, but y'all did request some sort of rest of this leg. That's what I'm trying to do right here. But thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Not in the morning. Again, same thing. This week's just been insane, but I'll be back tomorrow. Usually we do Fan Friday. Every day's kind of been about you guys though. We're gonna keep that going. So if you have requests, things you want to see, just make sure you subscribe, have alerts on, and you won't miss. But you can always catch a replay too. No sweat, no problem. All right. So, quick recap. We did our thumbnail sketches here of kind of like a Lamborghini spinner from Blade Runner. And then we did our marker version of it, marker sketch. Right? And we have our kind of cyberpunk dude here. I'd probably change a lot of stuff, but super quick, whatever. It is what it is. So maybe I'll redo that sometime. All right. Love you all. Thanks for hanging. If you learned something, share something. I don't mean just the stream, but actually, you know, teach someone something because that's how you're going to learn. All right. So if you explain a principle, concept, or if you learn something you want to explain to me, go for it in the Discord. That information is in the video description. If you want to join, if you want to share your sketches, your drawings, get some feedback, meet other passionate illustrators, artists, designers, you name it, educators, they're there. I know we've got car designers, we've got people that do illustration, people that do photography. So definitely come in and join the Discord. All right. Passion is the process. Peace and love to you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.